just for the sake of keeping things consistent, I think a 3.5 is an absolutely fair rating for this place. Yeah.
Slogan, which is the better cheesesteak place? Pat's or Geno's?
Very good question, Dylan. Very thought out. Both are very solid establishments. But to be honest with you, after trying out both of them, I think the best cheesesteak in town has to go to diced. Sliced. Sliced bread. Chicago. 2 points for that. Home Alone. Home Alone 2. And as we all know, this movie right here, starring current President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Diced. Las Vegas. Gambling. It's all connected in this triangle. Everything that we've done up to this point has led up to the decision between Pat's and Geno's. I can keep going. Chicago. Mr. Bueller. Mr. Bueller. Cubs game. Cubs, best player of all time, Sammy Sosa. Where's Sammy Sosa from? Cuba. Cuba. Which is a direct paradox to the institution of capitalism seen in this town. It's a tough choice, it really is. A lot of baggage, a lot of history, a lot of this way, a lot of that way. But I think I have the answer. Team Edward versus Team Jacob. Team Pacey versus Team Dawson. But when you're in Philadelphia, it's Team Pat's versus Team Geno's. As I've said before, this feud has divided the city for years. We went to both. They had their ups, they had their downs. But after 3 weeks of evaluation, I can tell you guys, I firmly believe Pat's is the better steak between the two. And let me tell you why. A little bit of a backstory. So we went to Pat's on a Friday. I went to Geno's on a Sunday. And I think I thought I was too cool. for Pat's, okay? And I think I was a little too harsh on it. Now granted, that first piece of steak was pretty rough, okay? As you guys know, it was cold. Only place we've been so far where the piece of steak was cold, which was, you know, it's disappointing. But I mean, I thought I was like a Gordon Ramsay type of guy, and I think I gave Pat's a little bit too much heat, just trying to set the tone early. And I think since then, as you guys are gonna see in these coming up videos, you know, I think I've really settled down a lot. I'm not as intense. I'm not as high on myself. We only have 100 subscribers. So I think I was a little harsh on Pat's. Bread was phenomenal. Steak is pretty average to what we've seen so far. And the cheese is what it is, average as well. As for Geno's, you know, before we do any single review, we have a bite of the steak first to see how it is. And I think Geno's, you know, it did better in Pat's in that it was hot, it wasn't cold. But also, it's kind of unfair because, I mean, the pieces of steak at Geno's are like this big, so it's sliced and everything like that. And I don't think that's a fair evaluation to compare a first bite of steak at Pat's and other dice places versus Geno's and how they slice it there. So I think when I was so high on Geno's steak, I think I took things a little bit out of proportion, and I kind of forgot the circumstances surrounding both of them. So for that, whenever I look back, I kind of had to scale myself back a little bit and say, okay, was the steak really that good? And we're about to shoot episode 7. We're obviously ahead of you guys in terms of filming and whatnot. Every single place we've been to so far, they've done it diced, they've done it chopped. And I can honestly say I'm just not a big fan of sliced cheesesteaks, guys. Geno's also was very messy, and I wasn't a big fan of the loaf, and I think I kind of undervalued the bread to start off like the first couple episodes. Well, I think now, after doing a couple of these, I've realized that the steak is obviously the most important. But I mean, you got to have a good roll. You got to have a really good roll. I think Pat's has a decent roll, and I can't say the same for Geno's. So after a lot of, you know, back and forth, I decided that Pat's was indeed the best place on that street. I hope I didn't disappoint you guys with my pick. I know a lot of you guys have a lot of opinions about these places, so make sure you're commenting below whether or not you think I'm an idiot or whether or not I hit the nail right in the head on this one, all right? I know when you're in Philadelphia, you have to try these two out, and again, they aren't bad places. Nowhere we've been so far, that you guys have seen at least, has been bad. But, you know, I think definitely given the location, given, you know, the decor and everything like that, these places are a little overhyped, a little blown out of proportion. But if you're coming as a tourist, I guess you have to check them out. It's your rite of passage. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for 100 subscribers. It really means a lot from Dylan and I. Clicking the bell for push notifications, hitting that like button, and again, letting us know, engagement, we love it. Thank you guys so much for watching LVN EATS WORLD, and enjoy your night.